Well, 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 here we are again, new bike day, and this time I welcome to the channel, the Yamaha MT09SP. Let's go for a ride on this absolute beast. So yeah, excitement wise, this is not the first ride, this is the first ride on the channel. I didn't want to record a first ride of the new bike, having the pressure of trying to present while also experience something that I've wanted for a very long time, so I left that private. I've got used to it a little bit. Obviously I've nowhere near mastered this thing and don't think I ever will. Look at it, the 2018 Yamaha MT09SP, the new steed and the new face of the JBL Motovlogs channel. Sticking with Yamaha, sticking with the MT series. Why have I gone with this? Well, that is not to be spoken about while sat in a driveway, it's to be spoken about riding. So I am going to head for some breakfast up at the Route 59 cafe in Bolton Abbey, and on the way there we will have a little chat about why I've chose this, what I love about it, and all other good things when it comes to the new bike season. So then the question you're all asking, guys, is, you know, why have you got rid of the MT07? Have you fallen out with it? Where's your lack of videos been? Well, it all ties into one, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of fell out of love with the MT07 a little bit, and I know it's very hard to believe. I loved that bike. I think that was very apparent, but towards the end started falling out of love with it a bit. I had a few issues with it, a few stuff in the background as well with the bike that I used to shrug off quite a lot, but eventually they got the better of me. So number one, the main reason as well is not just how the negatives of the bike. It was a case of I had to take the bike through its third winter, and I really don't think it had done well value wise. The mileage was high, I was on 24,000. It needed its valve check service, so that was going to be quite expensive, and to be honest, if it really did want to shine again, if you will, it really needed a lot of work. I mean, we had the issue with the wheel bearing, the rear wheel bearing over on the east coast where that collapsed. So there was that, and then when I took it into Padgett's they found loads of other issues with it. I had a fork seal leaking, the steering head bearings were notchy, front brake pads were running low, you know, stuff I should have really found by myself, but you know, just kind of stuff, I don't know, it just kind of all come at once. I mean, I do my regular maintenance checks, you know I look after my motorcycles, but it all kind of come at once, and it was looking at like a £900,000 bill that I didn't really fancy paying out. So I had a little look into another bike just for the sake of it, maybe just to get a price point for coming spring. And I was looking at the Duke 790, 89A, even a little dabble with some MT10s. But at heart, I know I wanted the 09SP. So I had a little price up at one of them, which was this one, and I found this one in Huddersfield for a really decent price. And I priced it up in insurance and all that. That was one reason, and as well, the MT07's build quality was a real issue of mine. When I first got it, I know the swing arm was a little bit here and there, the nuts and bolts, you know, it's a bike built to a price point, and I really do understand that, but it was really getting on top of me. I mean, the subframe was corroding faster than I could, you know, rectify it. The swing arm was getting worse. Electronics, bolts were breaking, plastic areas snapping, a lot of scratches on the tank and stuff from where I'd experimented with different cleaning products. And I thought, if I really take this through another winter, I'm really not going to get any sort of money for it. And to be honest, part exchanging it for this, I actually nearly got next to nothing for it anyway. So this is the part that everybody likes. It's the walk. Oh, can we just appreciate it? Can we just appreciate where we are as well? November time, coming into December. So then here she is, 2018 Yamaha MT09SP. Specs, really don't know. All I know, it's got an 847cc inline 3, makes a beautiful induction sound and whistles its way up to 12,000 RPM. Styling wise, it's obviously got that, you know, that hyper naked kind of to me it's kind of a wasp-like look with the insect sort of thing. Painted tank especially, I mean an upgrade from the MT07 is it's got a painted tank, it's not plastic. So we have painted here, painted front mudguard, these little panels at the back. As well, as I was mentioning, it has a, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the outline across. It actually has a built-in like ceramic engine protection for over the clutch basket. Calipers on the back is just a standard normal Yamaha Nissan caliper, same on the front as well. But what this bike does have over the standard the SP over the standard is it's got this beautiful Öhlins rear shock in the back, which is preload and compression and rebound, but I really don't know what to do with that. Then you've got the Yamaha quick shifter, up, not down, and then you've got these KYB forks up front, which are fully adjustable at the top and down there. So you've got compression, preload and all that sort of stuff up there. As well, you've got this lovely stitch seat, which I will be taking off. Corrosion wise on these, there's not much to corrode, fingers crossed. There's no coolant pipes on them. There's obviously the calipers and stuff, bolts, stainless steel bolts, so they'll be getting treated with ACF 50, but we'll talk about that in the other video. Black levers, inverted TFT, or inverted digital screen. But so we've had the walk around then, let's talk about just kind of general ergonomics, if you will. So jumping straight on it, it's very inviting. Seating position, handlebars, I really like it now. A lot of people, when you watch reviews on these, say, you know, oh, it has very supermoto-esque ergonomics. I get it, I really do. It does feel like a dirt bike with a sports bike engine in it. You know, the handlebars are super wide, you've got so much leverage thrown into a corner. You sit so far forward, there's quite a lot of the bike behind you, yet your feet are in such a neutral position, it's so comfortable. So it's kind of no position I've never really seen before on a bike, not gonna lie, but I really do like it. I haven't tested it in any sort of twisty road yet, so in conclusion, I mean, as for specs and stuff, there's not really much I can say. I don't know the specs off by heart on it. If you want stuff like plans and stuff for mods, the standard stuff that people ask for when a reviewer gets a new bike, what I'm going to do to this is leave it stock over winter and leave that horrible rear fender on, because it kind of serves its purpose. I bought maybe a few protection things for it, because if the worst does happen, and it does. Brought a radiator guard. Surprisingly, the MT09SP does have engine protection already built onto the engine casing, which I didn't even know, and which I'm quite amazed about. And I've also bought a quad lock as well, just so I've got a bit of a phone mount, that's all. Back to quad lock, because I've noticed in the handlebars here between the split and the clamps there's a lovely little gap for a quad lock. Well, welcome to a nice autumnal visit to Addingham, just at the start of the Dales. I've been here countless times. Well, I take you guys here countless times, because to me it's just a nice 40-minute drive, somewhere to get a nice bite to eat, a little biker cafe. It's probably my local. I mean, I've got Squires, but the ride over there is fantastic. And like I say, here, if you do have that little cheeky thought of thinking, you know what, I'm going in the Dales, then it's on the doorstep. So I like to think the Squires over in Sherburn and Helmet, that's the East Coast run, which we did last night. Nice 160-mile loop while it was dark on the beasts. There is going to be some fantastic adventures next year on these this Yamaha and Simon's new 21 plate Triumph Street Triple 765 RS. So this one will be a bit more finesse, but let's do a little pull on here then. First gear pull. Got to be careful with this as well for overfilling the tank, because it's paint, I don't want to scratch it. bloody motorcycle. Anyway, so next year, tour-wise, while we're on the topic of all things in the future, oh, look at that beautiful sky over there. Yeah, tour-wise, you're probably not going to see a 5-6 day tour next year, due to, well, one, finance reasons, starting a new job, but also I'd rather have a few little smaller weekend tours. It's less luggage, it's less hassle, payment wise it's less. It wouldn't be a bad idea to do like a couple weekend tours. Wales has just got to be on the cards. We've finished with Scotland for a bit. Definitely up in Kielder again, all them sort of places. We'll definitely take the MT09 there, we'll get some spectacular photos. Whoa! Funny story as well then with this. So I went to pick this up from Cubo Motor in Huddersfield. Yeah, service wise I'm not really impressed with it, but yeah, picked it up, took it out the door, and it had a flat tyre. So I currently have a Dunlop Sport Max on the rear, and on the front I have the standard Bridgestone S20. So I'm riding on different tyres. It is what it is. To be honest, it's not too bad. Let's see how long it goes, but through winter will get me through the winter months. Maybe I might put a front on what I have on the rear. Doesn't seem to be a bad rear, it seems to warm up quickly, and wet weather grip was pretty decent as well with the traction control. Listen to the quick shift, it just absolutely bounced through gears.